This feels new, bro. This is new. We're back, but like, fuck. What's your name?
Well, first of all, do you like my casting couch?
Yeah, I was going to say, like, that's why I asked you earlier. I was like, where's your table?
No. We prefer to do it on a casting couch nowadays, bro. You know, moved up in the world.
With that, bro. Why not?
Well, I couldn't, to be fair, I couldn't bring the big table, and I'm glad that I didn't, because there is genuinely not that big of a space to put that table in, do you know what I mean, without taking up important space. So I've just, literally, I've been doing my videos on here with this little contraption going on.
No, nothing wrong with that. It's decent.
So not too bad. Obviously, still haven't settled in properly. It's only been a week, so, you know.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's been a week, hasn't it?
It's, literally tomorrow, it'll be a week.
So, chat amongst yourself, listeners. We are having some hardware difficulties.
Yeah, hold on. Here we go. I think
hold on.
This is how real, what I'm talking about.
Hey, this is what we're doing. This is where we're at. And
do you know what? Do you know what it is, Rick? Right. First of all, hold on, let me just tighten that. Before we get on, right? Obviously, it's been a while, so that's been mainly because of my move to LDN, and that's my science to L. I don't know how you do the D and I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Whatever you're doing, just stop. Don't stop.
Don't matter. But LDN.
This isn't being recorded.
No, it's being recorded all right with 1 minute
audio, but not visuals. So you go crazy. You hit them out.
To be fair, the video is actually being recorded as well. So
look at us. Should have said I could have got a haircut.
Well, I mean, you could have got a haircut. I need like a shave and whatnot over here. Together mode. Hold on. Let me just put us side by side. Let me just. What the?
Where's my new error cap?
Choose a scene for together mode. I want to choose a scene. How about none? All right. I'm gonna put us in the Halo. Screw it. Shit, no jungle invite for you, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, get an invite. What can I do? You know what I mean? Not sending them out, bro. You're being a bit stingy with your jungle invites.
Shit, right in the Australian.
Start sharing some love. Share some love.
So I was saying, sorry, obviously because of my move to London, it's been a while since we recorded. Before we actually get into it, right, I want to tell you a little story that happened today, right? And again, I was saving it for the podcast because it is very football related, yeah?
Okay, let's see.
So basically, because we moved in, we needed like those indoor clothes dryers that you get.
Yes, the clothing racks. Yeah.
So we found one from Facebook Market, and we went to a place today called South Mims, which is like 5-10 minutes away from where I live. Right? Again, no idea. I'm saying these names as if I live here. You know what I mean? As if I've lived.
I have no idea, bro. I have no idea neither.
Doesn't matter. It's literally just outside of where I live, South Mims. Anyway, so we went to the house and turned left onto this estate, and I'm talking like it was a beautiful, beautiful estate. Like the houses were just, I'm talking about easily over 2 mil houses, right? So anyway, I parked up, and then I said to my missus, I went, right, can you just go grab this clothes rack from the lady? So she goes out. I'm sat in the car, right? 30 seconds later, right, I see an Audi coming up from the other side, yeah? If you see my face now, you can see my face, right? You saw this Audi pulling up from the other side. I'm like, oh, that's a nice Audi, 72 plate, big, I think it was like a Q5 or a Q7, whatever it was, anyway. And I saw the guy inside, I was like, wait, am I seeing this guy right? He made a right into his drive. Obviously, the gate was open, so I had like maybe another 20 seconds to look at it properly. I'm going to give you one guess on who it was from the Arsenal football team.
I have no idea. Was he actually a footballer? He's one of the lads.
It was Martin Odegaard. It was the captain. So, hey, that's a good one actually. To be fair, I think he lived down the road. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
I looked at him and I was like, wait, is that right? Because again, when you see them on TV, it's a bit different to when you see them live in person. Do you know what I mean? Maybe the light hits them differently. They're hidden and shit. Yeah. So anyway, so literally gate opens up and I'm like, oh my God. So obviously I realized it's Odegaard at this point. So I'm like, oh my God. No one else in the car with me, just by myself. And guy goes in. I'm like frantically looking around inside the car. I'm like, shit, do I have a pen? Do I have like a marker pen? Do I have something to literally? I was about to take my phone and sign my boob. Literally take the cover off my phone, and I was gonna go. Do you know what? Sign the back of it. I don't care. Do you know what I mean? But I didn't have anything. So I was like, oh shit! Jumped out the car, and I was holding my phone. I was like, oh fuck it. So I'll have to. I'm gonna have to try and get a photo here or something. So anyway, so he jumps out the car. He was just going to his door, again, gated community. So, it's not like I walked into his drive or anything. And he was just about to go in. And obviously I shouted from across the road. I was like, Martin, can I have a selfie?
No, you did not.
I did, mate. I did. Again, shamelessly, I did do that. I said it. I shouted it.
Selfie.
So this is the thing. So obviously he was like, because again, I don't know how many times a day he must be getting people shouting that at him. Can we get a selfie? Can we get a selfie?
Probably not many at his doorstep. Maybe a lot of people when he's out, but not many at his doorstep going, can I get a selfie?
So this is the thing, because obviously I was parked across the road and not in anyone else's drive, just literally parked across the road with my hazards on, waiting for my wife to come back. So I shouted that across the road, Martin, can I have a photo and stuff? And obviously the first thing he said was, not at my house. So I was like, shit, all right, cool. I'm not going to, it is what it is. So at that point, when he said that, I was like, wait, he probably thought, he probably thought I'm stalking this guy. Do you know what I mean? Or a reporter, so stalker or reporter, two of the worst things that a footballer can come across. Mm-hmm. And obviously, I respected that. I was like, all right, cool, no worries. I was like, fine, no problem, mate. Then he sort of gave me a wink, gave me a thumbs up.
Gave you a wink?
Give me a wink, give me a smile, thumbs up, and then went back inside, went into his house. I was like, oh my God, I could not believe I'd just seen Martin Odegaard. And again, if by some miracle this guy listens or this clip gets clipped to him, I just want to say I want to apologize, right? Because I can understand.
Martin, can I get an autograph?
Literally, I could have said it in Albanian accent, right? It would have sounded as bad. Do you know what I mean? Because no reporters.
You're wearing all black as well. What are you wearing right now?
Right. Again, because you can see me on camera, right? My beard is quite long. I was wearing a neck warmer, so it was like hiding my neck. Do you know what I mean? So all you could see was just this part of my face.
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
He probably thought, yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
If all you can see was eyes upwards, he's thinking like, who is this model combat?
And I had a hat on as well.
And you had a hat on now, but that's not happening, bro. That's like screaming roadman.
That's screaming stalker, and I swear to God, right? It was only afterwards. Obviously, he went in. Again, it's not like I was, pissed off or anything like that. I was a bit devastated because I was shit, it was close. I couldn't go to
guy, bro. I'm a genuine guy. Like, I just want a picture.
It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter, obviously, because
Well, Martin, if you're listening, you missed out, mate, because you could have got a selfie with one and only Larry
from Tash Mike guys. Come on, bro.
You know what I mean?
Come on, bro. Come on.
That could have been your moment. You could have framed it. But it's fine. Do you know what I mean?
That's it. And
now you're gonna have to. Now he only lives 5 miles radius away from you. Maybe you go to his estate, bro. Maybe you go to his end and ask for a photo.
Just send him a message, man. Send me a message. I'll give you my postcode. It's fine.
Take your 22 plate Audi there and just go and be like, bro, let's have a selfie. And maybe, you know what? Maybe Larry will be like, not at my house.
I'm going to look out my window. I'm going to be like, no, Martin, please, not at my house, mate. Not at my house. You had your chance over there, but no. I'll be around the corner or something.
Let's do it at yours.
I swear to God, Ray, again, it was only afterwards when I was driving home with my wife, I was like, right, yeah, I can see why he said that. Like, you know what I mean? I can totally understand why he said that. And, this is not me saying, I can't believe, he didn't fucking selfie with his fans. No, I get it. I look like a stalker. I understand that.
Selfie with the fans outside his house. Come on, be serious. Because you just never know, do you? People go view with a photo, look at it, door numbers. Yeah, that's screaming.
No, that's very fair. That's very fair, yeah. That's very fair. Like, again, if he's listening, I would like to extend an apology over this.
Screaming, come and take my medals, but he hasn't really won anything yet, has he? So maybe no medals.
True. No medals. Not even with Real Madrid.
But it was Real, bless you. He didn't even get a what? What did he not get? He didn't get a chance at Real, and then look at him now. Like, one of the best cams in the world. Well, in the Prem at least, anyway.
I agree.
Nah, bro, that sounds quite a quality day for you, bro. Sounds like he was about to hit like a sort of an optimal level, and then he just like all of a sudden like boom.
It just died down.
But you just went. It's nice on reflection though. It's good. It shows maturity that you've reflected and gone, do you know what? Yeah, maybe it wasn't the best thing wearing all black.
Yeah, my execution of it all was pretty bad. I'd give my performance maybe a 2 out of 10. And the only reason I'm giving myself a 2 out of 10 is because I actually jumped out of the car. Do you know what I mean? So there was.
You jumped out.
Like, as in, I got out of the car. No, as in, I got out of the car.
I'm like, bro, get a quick picture. Before you take another step.
So, yeah, I think that's the only reason I give myself a 2 out of 10, because I actually got out of the car and I got the balls to shout it across.
Guys,
and again,
coming back from training,
on
what
reflection,
time was
it's
it,
so bad.
If you don't mind me asking. Well, don't mind me asking. I'm going to ask you regardless, whether you mind or not.
It must have been about like 3:30 or something, or 3:45 or something along that.
Just finished training, yeah. Meeting, do you know what I mean? And just drove home.
That's
Some
it.
geezer's
That's
gone, can I get a selfie?
Can I get a selfie?
Yeah.
So yeah, on reflection, you're right. I did not, execute that properly, and it could have been done with
Well,
so
how would
much
you
more
have
grace.
executed it properly? How
Not
else would
actually
you
done it.
flashed
Not actually done it. Not actually done it.
Not done it at all. Just be like,
Not done it all. No. Or
I
at least,
don't really live, not today.
yeah, or maybe gone in a suit or something, like an open shirt
next
or something.
time,
Do you know what I'm saying?
next
I know for next time.
Yeah,
But yeah, honestly, I just
I'm going to open the gate.
I felt bad. I genuinely felt bad.
They're going to be like, this guy comes in anywhere near this gated community. Shut the gates.
If anything happens to his house, by the way, then guaranteed they're going to look back at the cameras, and I'm going to be the guy they're going to look
on
at.
record, just say it's got nothing to do with you, right?
I've said it. Like, I got refused a photo, a selfie. I walked off. I backed up. You know what I mean? I got it back. I reflected. I've said it on a podcast openly out here. My wife was a witness. So, there's a lot of things going on right now.
Yes.
So,
witness, accomplice, we don't know. But
yeah, I think so. I think one of the two, I don't know, because I think she was probably more starstruck than I was. But,
by next episode, if there is no podcast, podcast couch, and we have the table back, he's done something.
Yeah, and I've had to be sent back.
Has happened.
I've had to be sent back up north. So, but look, it was. Again,
that sounds pretty sick.
Did
you get the clothes rack then, or not? Because now I'm still on the clothes rack. Did you manage to get the?
Oh yeah, got the clothes rack. Okay, sorry.
Got the clothes rack.
Sorry for people
because I just took what you got there. And so, just for those listeners who are desperate to know whether you got it or not.
The clothes rack is here. We put it to good use. It's actually drying some clothes right now, so that's always good. It wasn't a wasted trip. Let's just be honest.
When I come to visit, that's gonna spark a conversation. That's gonna be like, did you know I got this from Martin Odegaard's neighbour?
Imagine if I actually gave him that to sign, by the way.
Yeah, this is from Terry.
Nothing else to sign about the clothes rack.
I'm a decent guy. This is Terry's one. Look, it's Terry's.
Honestly,
I couldn't believe next door neighbour is.
Honestly, the neighborhood was really, really nice, by the way. Like, again, even if you put a gun to my head, I couldn't tell you the street name. Like, I just know where it was as a town, because I thought it would, again, you just assume someone's putting stuff on Facebook Market. We're going to buy it. You don't expect the big houses, the sort of, over 1 mil, 2 mil houses, But again, these are people as well. They need to sell some shit. So
it's nice to know that people still sell them, regardless of how much money, because there is that perception. Is it like, oh, you've got a big house, I bet it's easy life for you, or money's easy for you, or this or that. Like, but in reality, look, they've got a clothes rack that's probably cost what, 40, 100, however. I don't know what kind of clothes rack it is, nor do I know how expensive they become.
I'm guessing it's 30 quid brand new, I'm guessing, but obviously we got it for like a fiver or something.
Exactly, so I got it for much cheaper. But even for a fiver, lives in a big house, successful. Yes or no, we don't know, but the perception is you assume success based on their house, and then all of a sudden it's like, no, do you know what, I might as well sell this and make a fiver. At the same time, help somebody else out as well, because saves you 25 quid if it is 30, 40,
easily.
Whatever, maybe. Yeah, but at least let's say 30. So no, that's a pretty sweet story, bro. Like, I'm quite it's nice, and I had a nice little chuckle there as well. Like, I was like, this is nice. This Stalker Larry.
No, so the moral of the story is do not approach. Yeah, do not approach celebrities or sports stars outside the house, because it will be a straight up refusal.
I think that's been the moral of the story from a long time ago, but I don't think
I didn't know that, because that was the first time I was ever in that situation.
It was like that childhood fan who just got like, I've just seen a footballer. Can I get a selfie? Yeah. I don't,
that's all it was. Genuinely, that's all. Because again, it's sort of like my emotions took over when I saw him, because again, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm actually seeing Martin Odegaard in real life, and he was 30 feet away from me, obviously in the car. Yeah. 30 feet away from me, and I just couldn't believe it. Again, it just took over. My childhood just went like, oh my God. Yeah, that's
going to be on the restraining order, 20, 30 feet away.
Yeah, I think it's more like 2-3 miles away, to be fair. But yeah, it was fun.
It is true though, isn't it? Once you see footballers in real life, like, you grow up as a kid, obviously idolizing some of these guys we've talked about, Zidane, Ronaldo's, and so on and so forth. Not that I've ever had the pleasure of seeing Zidane or my idol R9 Ronaldo, but like, genuine footballers, you see them, you think like on the telly, it's the lighting, it's the game, it's the commentary, it's the whole facade that goes with it, and all of a sudden you're like, wow. Then you see them in real life, or you go to watch a match live and you're like, hold on a minute, bro, that's just me there. Like, I could be doing this. Like, you look just like I do. Yeah. There is nothing like wow about you the way you look. Obviously, yes, apart from fame, wealth.
Yeah, but that's not what we're talking about, though. That's not what we're talking about. Because
on appearance alone on TV, you're like, wow. In real life, you're like, oh, yeah,
he's a normal dude, yeah.
Yeah, just an average dude. And that's what people tend to forget. And clearly, for a minute, you forgot as well. Some guys asking for a picture outside your house.
That's it. Like, like, again, the thing is, obviously, if it was anyone else, I say anyone else, I mean, some other fans may have been, may have taken it too far and like sort of gone for a begging or whatever it is. You know what I mean? But no, I respected it. It was like not outside the house. I was like, all right, cool, no worries. See you later. That's it. Do you know what I mean? So fair enough to him. And it was nice. He wasn't like, oh, I'm going to set the dogs on you or anything. Martinelli comes running out. So yeah, I think
it was counter-attack.
Fucking hell, Tommy Yasu out here just launching it from the flanks.
On the overlap.
Honestly, brilliant. But yeah, I was starstruck to say the least. I can't even deny it because I genuinely was starstruck. Like, I felt this thing that I've never felt before, like, sort of rush in my body. And I'm like, oh my God. And I jumped out of the car, but I didn't know what to do. Like, this was before, obviously, he got out of the car because I wasn't just going to be shouting whilst he was in. So I got out of the car and I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? I'm looking around. I'm like, oh shit. Okay, I definitely look like a stalker now. Do you know what I mean? Just looking around and shit, just hanging about someone's house. Yeah, great stuff. So I think he must have heard the northern accent and he was like, oh no, that's definitely a reporter, mate. You know,
he's not supporting Arsenal. It's too far away.
That's it. I should have gone with an Arsenal top. Next time I visit that area, Arsenal top. Top.
Yes.
Done.
And Odegaard on the back.
With Odegaard on the back, yeah. Standard. Or Real Madrid top. No, he won't like that.
No,
but yeah, look, I just thought I'd share that story because for me it was funny.
And learn some Norwegian, man. It might make him feel at ease a bit. Make him feel at home. A bit of Norwegian. Maybe just learn how to say, "Can I have a selfie in Norwegian?" And I appreciate it's outside your house.
Yeah, I'm sorry that it's outside your house.
It's outside your house, but can I get a selfie? I've come all the way from Oslo. Oslo's in Norway.
So, see, this is the thing now. Like, would it have been better if I'd asked him for an autograph rather than a selfie?
Well,
no, I'm asking you. Like,
I genuinely don't know, bro. Like, I'll be honest with you. Anything outside someone's house, people are going to get startled straight away. They're going to instantly think like, going to be defense mode. It's my home. I don't know you. Yes, I have a lot of money. Yes, but my family lives here. To you, money is important. To me, my family is important. You know what I mean? So that's how people view. And obviously, family is important to everyone. But of course, someone's robbing you, they're not thinking about. Let me be gentle with the family. Guys,
no, of course not.
So he's thinking that. But no, I genuinely don't know. Maybe should have flashed him before. Could have made it look like a drug deal or something going on. Like
that would have made it look worse. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's over now. It's gone. Then I'll have to stalk others at London Colney. So you'll see me at your training ground, Martin. But
again.
Yeah, it's me again. Do you remember me, mate?
Get that selfie.
I had an F1 cap on as well, so like literally, it was this cap, a camo cap. You can understand how bad it looked, right? You can understand that I look like one of those.
One fan trying to get me a picture from me. Like, who does he think I am?
He definitely thought that was a reporter.
I'm not Piastri. Go away.
Yeah, Orlando. Lando, yeah, he looks like Lando.
I'm just thinking who's blonde.
Mick Schumacher. Mick Schumacher is the one that he looks like. Yeah, definitely. But I just thought I'd share that story because again, it was just fun. Afterwards, obviously, I laughed about it with my wife and stuff. But yeah, a little bit devastated to be honest.
I was going to say, I'm sure
a little bit. Yeah. I can't lie about that. But anyway,
we felt as if he's going to say yes, and instead of yes, he said, not outside my house, which we can understand, but still.
It's like I said, because
you know what, you're very mature about it, bro. Because a lot of people, like you said, have been like, oh, fucking hell, celebrities too big for their booze. It was only a selfie, etc.
I was definitely in the wrong there, by the way. Like, I was definitely in the wrong there. Like, again, it's this weird thing where you see a celebrity, and again, you forget how many followers they have, or talk to them on a daily basis, and then you think, oh, well, I'm going to be different because I'm this other diehard fan or whatever it is. It's never different. It's always the same. They don't give a shit. They just see a face who's shouting their name. So yeah. Anyways, look, it's like I said, it's been a couple of weeks since we've done a podcast together, and a few matches have been and gone since then. But yeah, I think we should probably pick up from Champions League week. That's just gone as well. So
well, I think maybe quick Champions League, because obviously I don't have much to talk about because my team is dog shite at the minute.
Oh, that's right.
We can talk about and then maybe quick some predictions for the weekend.
We'll have to do some predictions. Yeah, we'll have to do some predictions.
I
think with this. With this episode, with this episode, we're just trying to, catch up basically because, like I said, it's been a while since we've sat down and had a conversation. Obviously, we speak outside of podcasts. We don't just speak to each other.
We're not just colleagues.
No. We actually do have a chat. So, definitely. So yeah, I mean, Rick, like, can I just ask you, right? How did you feel after the weekend's result? By the way, of
I thought we started from Champions League, bro. Why are you going all the way there?
Nah.
My guy just said Champions League. Listeners, you heard him say we'll start from Champions League, but then he just realised, actually, hold on a minute, because his team got slapped at Newcastle.
Yeah. I think that's what sort of caught my eye.
Yeah, that fall. Yeah, that nice round 4. Was it the sharp edges 4?
Yeah, that was a routing, really. That was a routing.
It was a shite game. We were weak, and we were immature as well, bro. Like, it was just that young team that he put out. Thiago made a couple of mistakes, which is unexpected, but we just couldn't handle their press. We really couldn't handle their press, and it was just immature things in this, like Reece James getting first yellow, and then the second yellows and stuff. Like just silly yellow cards here and then. And Newcastle are a team not like a Chelsea or a Man United or you've mentioned before Arsenal, is whether then if a defender's on a yellow card, they attack that side, continue to put pressure on the defender to make a mistake, or they'll be hesitant to go for the tackle, not to get a second yellow card if they're going to make a mistake, and so on. But yeah, no, we were shy. We were dog shit. We started off really slow. We got the equaliser with Raheem Sterling's free kick, and I was like, all right, here we go. Come on, then let's see what we can do. And just nothing, bro. Nothing. Jackson doesn't fill me with confidence at all. He's good at holding the ball up. He always tries to involve players, but like, don't involve players in the penalty box, bro. Shoot.
Yeah.
Like, just have a shot. Like, what are you doing? Just enough of this turd and just shoot, bro. Just shoot. Whatever happens. But
you think after so many recent goals that he's sorry, again, let me just rephrase that, because I made it sound like as if he's scoring 10-15 goals. After the goals that he scored in recent games and matches, you just think a little bit more confidence. He'd have a little bit more confidence to actually, do it himself, or like you said, just involve at the right time, rather than, I see a player, let's just pass to him, where the better option is to actually shoot and score, or try and score yourself. But no, again, he's still young, and again, the confidence apparently is just not going to come that easily. It doesn't matter. You could be scoring 10 goals.
Win, though, mate. We need apart from good performances and stuff, like, okay, good performance against Arsenal and City, but like, nothing helps confidence than 3 points. And we need to start winning some matches, and we need to start winning against some big boys. Like against City, okay, draw was a fair result, but we needed to win that. We needed to win Arsenal as well when we were playing. Arsenal was more of a win than City, because we were leading for 2-0 for so long.
Yes.
A 2-1, scrape a 2-1 against Arsenal. There's no shame. 80 minutes, shut shop.
Yeah.
2 back fours,
shot everyone
2
back,
bosses, everybody come back. It's against Arsenal. Like, we need this W against Arsenal. We didn't. Okay, that's gone. Mistake from the keeper, etc., and then so on. But then, it's substitutions and team selections from Poch as well. Like, I didn't understand it. A part of me thinks like he didn't play Caicedo and Enzo together. Played one, not the other, because of the games in South America and the travel and so on and so forth. But then Ugochukwu hasn't really been performing that well. No. And against Newcastle, that same James is a young lad, is really going to struggle. And I'm not going to take anything away from Newcastle. They were amazing, top to bottom. They had us running ragged. They were playing long balls, which we couldn't deal with. They were playing intricate passes in the middle, which we couldn't keep up with. We were just shite. When you go from a City performance and the Arsenal, it's evident, isn't it? Really, the patterns there. We play well against Arsenal, get beat by Brentford. Play well against City, get beat by Newcastle.
I think with Newcastle, when you look at your players in comparison to Newcastle's physicality, it's unmatched, really, because they've got some absolute beasts in that midfield. Joelinton, they've got Bruno Guimaraes in there. Obviously, they've got Dan. Is it Dan Burn? Isn't it?
He didn't play, but yeah, no.
I'm saying, like, they've got big players, and players like Isak is tall. Yeah, skinny. He's tall, though. Do you know what I mean? And again, when you put in someone like a Badiashile who hasn't played consistently,
that's the thing, man. Why
so again, you can't put him on in a match like this and then expect him to perform, and then when he doesn't perform, he'll get some sort of blame. I'm not saying that he did get the blame, by the way, because again, straight up, honestly, obviously, I was driving to London at that point, so I didn't see the full match. So when I saw a match of the day, you can't really blame him.
We watched, like I said, the first 20 minutes. I really don't like watching the football matches with other people who don't share my passion for football.
Yes, I agree. I totally agree with you.
I just want to have a conversation about something else. And I'm like, bro, like I'm literally glued to the game. I don't want to know about politics right now. I don't want to know about your water bill. All I want to know is about what's happening on this foot. If you've got anything to say about football, talk to me. Otherwise,
I'm all ears. Exactly. I agree.
But
just go walking somewhere else.
It's kind of a bit like meh. And what I don't like as well is they know how passionate I feel about Chelsea is when the other Newcastle scored against us. He looked at me like, oh, that's got to be. And I was like, yeah, it fucking hurts. Like, don't you stay in the office.
Of course it hurts. Of course it hurts. Yeah, what are you talking about?
And then what is it? It's typical Albanian phrase. Like, don't worry about it. These guys get paid millions. I was like, okay,
that's just the most generic.
What does that even mean means nothing to me. Like,
that is the most generic statement anyone can make, by the way. Like, they get paid millions. Yeah, I know. I'm not watching them to get paid millions. No, I'm watching them to play football. Like, I don't give a shit. If it's like some 17-year-old that gets paid $3,000 a month, whatever, I'm watching him to play football.
Supporting him. No, absolutely. But yeah, no, so that slightly annoyed me. And then obviously the result didn't help. Got a bit of excitement with a goal from Raheem, decent free kick-ish. But yeah, we didn't offer anything going forward. We were weak. That's the main thing when it comes down to physicality was not there. And we were weak to the first ball, the second ball, and it felt like we didn't play our game. It felt like as if we were scared. There was not much running up and down from Reece James. A couple of times he did, don't get me wrong. There were some moments, but again, it's just we're not clinical enough, because if you have certain moments when you're struggling like we are, you really need to take them. If you've got 3 chances, you've got to score 2. You need to have a 66% conversion rate, otherwise you're fucked.
At the very least.
10th in the league. Like, we are literally been 10th in the league. Like this time last year, we were 7th with a higher point percentage than we have now. But they keep saying trust the process. Poch has come out saying there were rumours about this. I hope it's not true. Apparently, Poch said there is no day off the next day. So go to the hotel, sleep, training tomorrow morning, because that is unacceptable. And then Todd Bowley's come out saying, no, we promised the players a day off, so they're going to have a day off.
Jesus.
And, which I'm hoping it's not true. I'm hoping it's one of those fake news that sells. You know what I mean? There's anything bad around Todd Bowley kind of sells at the minute. You don't know what you're doing. You're doing this. You're going against your manager. You know what I mean? Like all that stuff with Tuchel before, and I'll keep going back to Tuchel, but just as an example of the whole thing of bringing players and family and friends at halftime to the players' changing rooms, that started this whole idiot wheel of you don't know what you're doing in this game. You don't know what you're doing. You might be successful in American sports and investments and so on, but with the European football, you haven't got a clue. And maybe that's what sells. So I'm hoping it's not true, because I don't really want to hear about more things going wrong on behind the scenes, where there is fights, there is disagreements, there is not locking heads. What I want to see is a bit more of harmony and say, okay, we lost, but what can we do to get better? What can we do to get better? So that's why I'm hoping, because at the minute, there's nobody out there other than Poch. Like, who would I have as a manager to do stuff like to put this team together? I really don't, unless it's Guardiola or Klopp are the only two that could make this Chelsea team flourish.
Yeah, I don't think
as well right now if he gets some time, but
I don't think you can be laid down at the manager's feet, mate, because I've said this before in the last few episodes that I don't see Reece James as a captain, and again, after getting red carded, lack of discipline. Lack of discipline. Again, what do you expect if your captain is not performing to the level or to the standard that is expected? The level that he's supposed to set as a captain. How in the hell are you going to ask the rest of your team, who, by the way, have absolutely no other affiliation from Chelsea apart from getting paid from them, right? How are you going to ask them to perform and put their bodies on the line?
It's difficult for us. We don't really have anybody like who's been performing amazing. And then you think, okay, let's give it to somebody who's a leader. And the only other person Reece James is the only one that comes to mind. Why? Because he's the one who speaks English. You can't give it to Thiago because he's got broken English. Buddy Shield, I've never heard him being interviewed to know how his English is. Chilwell is injured.
3 games, man. 4 games.
3 games, but he came in last year, didn't he? Came in January, and started doing all right. But still, he can't get it. He's like 18, 19, 20.
Exactly,
These are the things. But this is why, it's so hard, because it's such a young team. We've got rid of all the experienced players in the team. And it's just difficult to find out who you're going to have. Who's that experienced player that's just going to come back and say, do you know what? This is enough now. We need to knuckle down. We needed experience, actually. Speaking of knuckling down, we needed that experience against Arsenal. At 2-0, we needed somebody to come in and say, right, lads, close shop now. No more. Let's not take the piss. We're closing shop. We're not doing this anymore. And, 2-0, like I mentioned earlier, 2-1. Now, against Newcastle, physicality, you need somebody when somebody goes hard on a Cole Palmer, you need somebody to kind of go back and be like, you know what, I've got you, bro. Don't worry, I'm behind you. If he's gave you a hard tackle, watch me get him back. It was very much like a Casemiro for Real Madrid when somebody, I think, James Milner tackled Vinicius Jr. And Vinicius was like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? You know, that typical English mentality of like going hard, nice and early, scare them. But he didn't get scared. He just got more pissed off and they won the game 5-3. But because Casemiro then came in and wiped him out and he was like, you do that, I do this to you. Let's just keep going. Who gets it first? But Chelsea doesn't have that. The game still has that. In the Premier League, we need that. Like as a team.
That's what I'm saying. Like you don't have,
and so we haven't got nobody like that leadership quality.
You haven't got the leader. No.
And that's where we struggle.
I can't get my head around Reece James.
We don't have the leader, and it's kind of seeing what we can do. I know he's saying trust the process, and in a way, there's not much we can do. We'll have to trust the process. I'm just worried to see what the hell is going to happen now, because there's talk about getting this Osimhen guy from Napoli, and I'm like,
Osimhen,
really, like Osimhen, sorry, not Osimhen, Osimhen. I'm like, really? Really? You're going to pay 100 million for him? Why don't you pay 100 million for Harry Kane? 120 million for Harry Kane, proven Premier League goal scorer. Get 3 years out of him. Get Champions League football in those 3 years. Win a trophy or something. Do you know what I mean? Get the fans going again. But but hopefully there's rumours they might sell Breuer as well to obviously to be within financial fair play. And it just goes to show then all you're doing is you've got a brand new team. You don't have anybody who's, I use this term carefully, this proper Chelsea who's been there from the academy or supports Chelsea, or not that Breuer does or has come out saying that he does, but I mean, you know, some players who know what it's like to be at Chelsea, have seen the winning times at Chelsea as a young fan and probably want to be like, oh, I want that feeling. I want that. What Didier Drogba had. Let's say Breuer, for example. I want what Didier Drogba did. But if you sell him, then I don't know, bring Osimhen in. That's it. That means nothing. I'm just at a club working. I'm just out company working here. I've got nothing. I've not built it from the ground up. So
the likelihood is that it's going to take Osimhen maybe half a season or another season to get acquainted with the Premier League, and then what? You're back in 10, 11.
Then we're back where we are again. Yeah, that's it.
Which doesn't help. Because again, that's an extra 100 million spent to go backwards or to stay still, and it's not good enough for what's happening over there.
More likely go backwards.
The answer is not selling. The answer is not selling. You know what I mean? That's not what needs to be done. No, you need to have a sort of a theory, or like what's it called?
Strategy.
A strategy with 100%. By the way, like, you know, you need to have this sort of like agenda around the team. Like, you know, this is what we need. This is our motto. Okay, this is what we need to do. This is what we need. This is who we are. This is what we need to do every single time when we're on that pitch, right? This is what we need. Yeah, but again, if that's changing with the coaches, with the backroom staff, with the players, it's, you know, it's not going to get you anywhere. It's literally just one step forward, two steps back. No, it hasn't.
Think about it, and it hasn't goes anywhere. Like, nowhere. Thomas Tuchel left 2020, 2021. I think he left. No, 21, because 2020 was the COVID, so he left the season after, or like beginning of the season after, I think September, whatever it was, and we haven't been anywhere. We've not been in Champions League. I predicted, or what I said to you, I want Champions League football this year. Poch coming in, the team's got longer together, and then when I made this prediction, we didn't sign like a flipping gazillion players. All of a sudden, we've signed a gazillion players, and we're a brand new team again. Yeah. And you think to yourself, what the fuck, man? Like, what is going on here? Like, yeah, it's difficult. It is difficult. I'm trying to be positive for Poch, giving him some credit. I'm still trying to hold on to whatever everybody keeps telling me. I don't know whether I'm just being biased. I think like he did good things with Dele Alli, Harry Kane, Danny Rose.
Why is Dele Alli and Danny Rose being mentioned? By the way, where are those players now?
Well, exactly. They came second. Nobody remembers second.
Nobody would say that. Like, they've literally fallen off. Like, I don't even know where Danny Rose plays anymore,
bro. Like, the thing that scares me with recruitment is look at Doku for City. Cost 35 million and 35 million, 45 million. Quality, right? Yeah. We paid 80 million for Mudryk. And what is that? Is that?
No! Give him time, bro. Give him time, bro.
I'm his biggest fan. Like, I'm one of his biggest fans, and I'll stick up for him. Same way as I did for Havertz, Mason Mount, and then once they went, I was like, do you know what? But no, there's qualities within him, but there's no Doku qualities. There is none of that left and right.
No.
And you see Doku, and you think like, you just came in. Why have you just bought? What was it? Just steal a player from Arsenal? Was that the motto? Let's not let Arsenal get stronger, so we'll pay 80 million and think we were getting us stronger. Like, if that's the case, then that's stupid. Did you see something in him? Are you seeing something in him? Okay, is there something going on behind the scenes, etc., etc.? All right, okay, we'll give him another year and stuff. But then you got to think to yourself, this is second season now. He's not getting in the game as regularly. Does Poch not fancy him? What is happening? What is going on with training? How is this guy still making the wrong decisions? Why is he always cutting in on the inside rather than showing inside, outside, not to become so predictable? Look at Doku, bro. Like, look, he's just joined the league this year, keeping Jack Grealish out when everybody was like, Jack Grealish is amazing. Paul Gascoigne, Jack Grealish. Jack
100 million,
Grealish,
by the way. 100 million, by the way, yeah.
Well, we know that. That's the English player.
Yeah, that's 100 million Jack Grealish, by the way, who's literally sat on the bench because, again, Guardiola is the type of guy. Look, mate, if you ain't playing, you're sitting down. They paid 65 million for Calvin Phillips. That guy barely gets a game, you know, if
and
ever.
You know what Guardiola said about him as well? Guardiola, moving quickly to Phillips before I finish off on Chelsea. Guardiola said about him, like, I don't know how he moves into places where he gets marks rather than moves into space. He tends to leave space and goes to a position where there's an opposition player.
Let me tell you how, right? Let me tell you how, because he played for Leeds, okay? He played for Leeds. There is absolutely no one in that Leeds team that got relegated that was worth 65 million. There just wasn't. Rafinha was probably the only one, and Barcelona took him because they're stupid as well. But that's why. That's exactly why Phillips does what he does, because he is not an elite player. And we've said this as soon as we found out that City are buying him. Yeah. That's it. It was the end of that. And there's no one on this planet who watches Premier League that could tell me differently about Calvin Phillips.
He's nowhere near, bro. He's nowhere near that kind of quality player, especially what City need. But yeah, there was another rumour quickly on City and Bayern. Apparently, the City might be interested in Reece James as a replacement for Kyle Walker. Obviously, I think there was the rumours to see whether he can stay consistently fit. Because, you know, there's no arguments. Reece James was one of the best. When that season, I'm sorry, for listeners, going back to the Champions League, I sound like one of those Arsenal fans and Liverpool fans. We were great one time, but no bite. Love that. He's on mute. That's why he's not biting.
No, I'm not on mute.
No, mute. I love that. Love that. Strength, inner strength. No, but what I'm trying to say is, like,
I've already had my shitted on today, by the way. Thank you, Martin.
Yeah, sorry, but I didn't mean to. I'll let you, when you're on, do that for you. No, but what I'm trying to say is, like, he is a quality player, and there were those memes when he did really well, but the injuries have kind of hindered him a little bit, and maybe, I don't know, he just needs that consistent run of games and to be maturely, what's what I'm looking for? Well, just to be mature enough. Let's just go with that. When fans are chatting shit, don't try and kick the ball away. Don't, still play your game. That's what the fans are there for. They're going to chat shit and do what Jason Mumford does. Yeah, cheers, lads. Your mum is shit. Yeah, but you should see her house. See you next week. Thanks for coming out. Do you know what I mean? And just end it there and then.
Think that in your head.
Yeah, be witty about it. Don't be like,
exactly.
Oh, I'm going to have a go. Like, I'm going to have a go back and so on. I'm going to do something. Yeah, exactly.
Applaud them, mate. Applaud them. Thanks for coming. Thanks for wasting your money, by the way. Thanks for spending your money. Cheers, lads. Nice.
Although he's a Chelsea fan, because Reece James is a Chelsea fan. His sister plays for Chelsea as well. And the whole family's a Chelsea fans. But if you don't win at the end of the day, players are going to leave. If Chelsea don't get backed and fast, by the way, I'm not talking 5, 7, 8 years now. I'm talking to even challenging in the next couple of years, Reece James will leave. Winning, okay, let's say winning the league in 5 years away. Let's say that for, like, to give ourselves a realistic goalish. But the way things are going with transfers, I think he will leave. So I think
if Reece James leaves, I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a case of where it's like, hang on a minute, bro. You're supposed to be the captain of this team. You're not performing. You haven't been performing for this season. Yeah. Even last season, you were not performing.
Last season, he was injured majority of it, to be fair. Like, okay, October to May or something like that he was. But no, I hear what you're saying.
If you... again, and I just feel like it feels like he'll be jumping ship. It's like, okay, well, I'll just go over there then where City is, and and then turn into another Calvin Phillips because I'm going to be injured and I'm not going to play again. I think that's why City will wait, though. I think City will wait on that to see if there's consistency. But the thing that makes me think he'll sell is if Todd doesn't slow down with these transfers, we have to play fine. We have to be within the rules. We saw what happened to Everton, which we'll touch on a little bit later. We have to. Yeah, absolutely.
But what I'm saying is, like, we have to sell the players to get 100% profit. Mason Mount, 55 million, 100% profit. We have to do that to be there. If Todd Bowley continues on this spending spree, we have to sell academy players. And the ones, nobody's going to sell like the 2-3 millions because they're not going to do anything. We have to sell first team 11 academy players. Reece James, Armando Broja, Conor Gallagher.
No one's going to buy no good Chuckles or Mudricks, by the way, for that much money. I'll tell you that right now.
No chance. Like why would a no good Chuckles or Mudrick leave when you're like $100,000 a week for 8 years? Yeah. 8 years.
Yeah. That's
I get it. He tried to do.
By the way,
if we,
I don't want to do the math. Don't do the math.
No, I'm not doing the math. What I'm trying to say is, if we're successful, I don't have time for the math. If we're successful, what will happen is it's very easy. We're successful. brilliant bit of business. We found a loophole in financial fair play. Well done, Todd Bowley, absolute business guy. Found a loophole. He was able to this. Look at us, we're winning. But when you're not winning, that's a heavy rock to carry. That is a boulder.
That's a big burden, that isn't it? That's a big
that's a big mouthful.
Yeah, right there on your back, bro. Yeah,
but
right
the thing
there.
is, it's not his back. It's on the fans' back, is it? Because we can't reach it because he put it on us, and it's far enough. It's on enough. Sorry, what's the word I'm looking for? It's rested enough to hurt us, but we can't seem to lift it off us, if that makes sense. Because he can jump ship. He'll sell it, jump ship, go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then the fans are the ones who kind of go sit there, and you go to the pubs, the restaurants, podcast with your friends, and they'll be like, yeah, but you're still 13th, or you're 12th, or you're shit, or like, stop talking about that Champions League day, Rick. Like, enough about Thomas Tuchel, Rick. Enough about, you know what I mean? But then
I'll give you another 3 months of using that, by the way. Then afterwards, I'm going to have to cut those bits out of the podcast.
But yeah, no, just to recap, obviously not to recap, but to finish it off, because obviously I want to see how you're feeling and what you're thinking about, because now you're top of the league again. But yeah, worried about worried about transfer window. And I'll be honest with you, I'm a little bit worried about Brighton coming up as well. But we'll get onto that in a minute when we do the predictions. So
we'll do the predictions
at the minute, just worry. Worrying, no confidence still. No confidence just yet.
I don't blame you. I really don't blame you, because it must be disappointing just to go through that phase. I mean, yeah, obviously, like, for 6-7 years, Arsenal went through that phase, and you saw how I felt and how most Arsenal fans felt about it. So yeah, it's not a good feeling to have, especially when you see that it's an external factor that's sort of, that's affecting your team. When I say external factor, I mean external outside of the pitch, like a Todd Bowley, for example. Even though he's the owner, he's an external factor that's coming in and trying to add players or dictate how the team, how the coach strategizes his training, whatever it is that he's doing. It's just not correct, and
it needs to stop.
It's only a matter. It needs to stop. It's just a matter of time before, like you said, he could just jump ship. To him, it's like, shit, all right, I'll take 100 million loss. Sorry, I'll make it back next year, no problem, from the Dodgers or whatever it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then, like you said, the fans then have to deal with that, because what if you get relegated? Todd Bowley's not going to lose a wink of sleep over that. You know what I mean? He's going to sleep like a baby. He's like, oh shit, I've got rid of that burden. Fuck it. I'm just going to go sleep over here.
I think relegation, to be fair with you, I hear what you're saying. I think relegation will hurt him, so he'll try everything he can, but then that's what I'm worried about, because it's going to hurt his pocket. If we get relegated, we're not worth 3.5 billion anymore. You know what I mean? We're worth probably a billion pound. If even a billion is a loss, it's a huge loss. So then what happens to us is he's going to sell academy players, and then he's going to bring in cheap average players, and we'll end up being like a Portsmouth when they got relegated. They won the FA Cup that time, and it was quality, Defoe and so on, and Harry Redknapp on the sideline. Whoa, Portsmouth were quality. And then all of a sudden, administration can't afford to do this, can't afford to do that. Relegation pointed out.
Leeds back in 02-03.
Leeds, how long did it take Leeds to come back up and all the fans? So and then that's when you start to lose the fan base, because the main thing for finances is to make sure you kind of touch the heart of the younger generation. There's only so much fathers can do. You're supporting Chelsea because you are my son and you will do what I did. Yeah. But then after a while, they're like, actually, Dad, you know what? I want to support Man City. I want to support Arsenal because they're top of the league. And, as kids, we want to have bragging rights at the playground. You want to wear the kit with the latest or the most popular striker or player, etc. The Sakas, the Haaland, the Grealish, the Calvin Phillips. Jokes.
Martin Odegaards.
The Odegaards. Well, he probably won't leave his house without security.
I just want him to listen to the podcast, man, so you could call me back and be like, yo, I'll give you this autograph. No, I totally agree. And obviously, like you said, if a team gets relegated, it's not going to. No kids are going to wear a championship logo on their T-shirt. You know what I mean? And it's just the way it is. Obviously, we're from a town where that's in the majority of our lives in the UK. That Middlesbrough were part of the championship
for a couple of years,
and we never ever wore a Middlesbrough top, because why the hell would we? And so it's not from a footballing standpoint. I hope that gets sorted real quick, because it just doesn't look good. Someone coming in and dictating the whole football team. You know what I mean? Almost like the whole area of where Chelsea is located. He's the one affecting it. So I just hope that changes. But again, from an Arsenal point of view, shit, long may it continue. And good luck to you in the relegation battles. You know what I mean? But yeah,
we'll probably get that parachute money and then bounce straight back up to get that.
That's fine.
Mil.
That's no problem. That's fine. But again, the fact that you'd get relegated, that's good enough for me. Do you know what I mean? Because like, okay, where were you last season? So
go on, moving on to the
reason.
Come on.
The reason I mentioned last weekend's game is because I just wanted to mention one thing about Arsenal. Obviously, you know, we played Brentford away over the weekend, and Ramsdale. So a couple of things really. Ramsdale started that match, had probably one of the worst matches that I've ever seen Ramsdale have. Few mistakes. You know, even though it was a clean sheet, it just felt like very, very shaky and like, and you know what I mean? Just
mistakes,
yeah. And I'll be honest, again, I said this to you before, you know, he's going to play against Brentford, but you can't just, you know, not play him for 15 matches or 11 matches and then all of a ssudden put him up against Brentford just because Riot can't play and expect him to perform. I was going
to say, he had no choice,
the thing is, you can't do that. And I feel like maybe Arteta made a wrong call there to like not at least warm up Ramsdale before the Brentford game. Do you know what I mean? At least one match beforehand, put him on, whatever it is, that Champions League games, put him on, you know, give him some confidence. Right now, he doesn't have any confidence. His dad's been on podcasts. He's pretty much calling out Arteta about his son and how he's not playing. So, you know, it's... What do you expect? What do you expect him to do? And those mistakes were only a given. They were going to happen. You just have to make your peace with it. And luckily for us, you know, we held on and we won that game 1-0. Fair enough. Near the end, Havertz got in there with a nice header. Hey, Havertz scored.
How they go in or who gets
Havertz scored, man. And you know, I'm happy about that because I think he was probably the only player in the Arsenal squad that hadn't scored just yet. And he actually did it. So, yeah, that's the only reason I brought up last weekend's game, by the way. So just, you know, the Ramsdale situation, which definitely shaky. And if Arteta wants to use Ramsdale again, he has to keep warming him up before a big match or before any match, really. You know.
Can I just interrupt slightly? Maybe this is an advert opportunity. There's a knock on the door, and I don't know who the hell is knocking on my door. So bear with me.
Do it. We'll be back, folks.
If you're anything like me, my headwear is only New Era caps. New Era is the official headwear provider for NFL, MLB, and the NBA. But New Era caps are not just headwear. They are a global brand of culture, style, and self-expression. I'm a huge fan of rap and hip-hop, and growing up, I used to watch artists sporting the New Era caps. I was mesmerized by the way they used to fit just perfectly. I remember my first ever New Era cap. It was a Blue Jays cap. I lived in Toronto, so it had to be. My favorite from my personal collection is my LA Dodgers. I have two different versions, fitted and the 940. What I love most about New Era is the quality of the product is second to none. I refuse to wear any other brand caps when New Era is available. So if you want to dress like your favorite sports stars and musicians, visit the official website neweracap.com and use the code TASHMIKE at checkout for 15% off. That's neweracap.com and use the code TASHMIKE for 15% off.
We are back.
There's some geezer was saying, do I know John Wayne? I was like, John Wayne? You know John Wayne? I was like, no, bro, I don't know John Wayne.
You got the address to Michael Jackson house? Never land.
Just came by and he was like, does Martin Odegaard live around here? I was like, nah, man, like the other side.
No. He lived up here. He's moved now, though. He had a stalker outside his house, bro. He had to move. To
be fair, it was him saying, what's this area like? I was like, yeah, it's all right.
That was Odegaard. Ah, shit. God
no geezer stairs outside, just wearing all black, face mask,
Can I get a an apartment in this building, please? Fucking hell, honestly. Brilliant shit.
Up there, bro.
Brilliant stuff.
Now, to be fair, bringing it back to, because we're professionals, bringing it back to Ramsdale, I do feel for him, and like that game was an awful game, but like at least you gave an honest review of the whole thing, because it is true. If you've been off for so long, you've been under media scrutiny, you've been under so much pressure. Why is he not playing? Your dad then comes out and says certain points. You're going to feel a kind of way. Like, come on, at the end of the day, we're all humans. We go back to this, like some people look at, oh, he's got loads of money. Yeah, that's fine. But at the end of the day, they're still a human being. They're still going to have the same emotions you feel. Probably
they actually have emotions.
Elevated to a higher level, because everyone will talk about it. It's not just your friends and your family. It's some fucking geezer who just bought a ticket to Arsenal, or some guy who's owns Sky Sports News, or buys a Gazette. You know what I mean? So all of a sudden, everybody has an opinion.
Yeah.
But in a way, like I felt like this would happen to him. I did feel about it. I do think if he's going to try and stamp his place in the England team, he needs to move in January. But then again, if Gareth is there, you never know. Gareth picks on friends and buddies and people who he trusts somehow, because Calvin Phillips makes Pickford 11.
Gareth Pickford, mate.
Gareth Pickford. Yeah, I love that.
I think I agree.
But in a way, now you have to pick Pickford. If anything, is Pickford, Pope, and then Ramsdale, because Ramsdale's not playing
right now. Yeah.
I mean,
going from the theory that we always use.
Yeah, I know. We're saying that, but like even now, like without that theory, would be Pickford, Pope, or Pope, Pickford. But anyway, no, I agree with you. But luckily, though, that's the mark of a champion. You don't play well, you win, take 3 points and a clean sheet, and then move yourself to the top of the table, because you needed that victory, especially with City, Liverpool drawing. Yeah, you needed that victory.
It had to be taken advantage of, and obviously we did. And at the end of the day, the average fan, or the majority of Arsenal fans, all they're going to remember is that Ramsdale walked away with a clean sheet on that one.
That's it. Yeah, that's what the record.
For people obviously analysing, for people over analysing stuff like on podcasts or on Sky analysis or whatever it is, fair enough, there's going to be a different conversation. They're going to dig a little bit deeper, and obviously we're fans, so we're always going to look at the sort of finer details. But at the end of the day, kept a clean sheet. Like you said, we took the 3 points against Brentford at the GTEC Stadium, and I think we broke a record as well, where we the only team to beat Brentford twice in the same season, and one of them was in the FA Cup, I think it was, or Carling Cup or whatever, at home. So I think that was the record that we sort of brought as a London team, and we've gone 18 consecutive games unbeaten against London teams now. So that's also a good thing to have for Arsenal.
These are things, and this is credit to Arteta and credit to the management. They do, and everybody else trusting in Arteta, because 2 years ago you guys were calling for his head. He missed out on that Champions League spot. It was like, he's ballsy, this is the guy. Some people were even calling it last year. I had some Arsenal fans say, we should have done this and so on, because we balled it, we came second. I was like, bro, think where you were and think of where you are. Yes, you should have won the league, but it's a huge step in the right direction. It's a fucking leap. It's not even a step. It's a fucking leap.
It is. It really is, and I think obviously when you consider a City side like last season, the treble winners, come on, we gave them a good battle. Yes, obviously at the end it felt like we did bottle it because we were so close, but shit, let's just every season's going to be different.
And that City team that was just crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an improvement. It's an improvement every season. Yeah, it still is now. Obviously, they've got like a few sort of, I don't want to even say teething problems, but because I think missing De Bruyne, I just don't think they've got that sort of stable, midfield.
The fact that they missed Rodri as well against you guys. When they missed Rodri against you guys, that was a huge Rodri red card. Really cost them against Arsenal, because
it did.
And
we called that. We called it.
It's a long season, though. It's a long season. See what they can do. De Bruyne comes back and so on, and then we'll just actually see what will happen. But what about then Champions League? You absolutely wiped the floor with them, didn't you? Like, what was it? 7, 12-0, 21,
15? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It happened.
Did they even score? They didn't score, did it? Clean sheet again?
It was a clean sheet, yeah. It was a clean sheet. Ryan goal.
I did see you scored 3 goals in 6 minutes, I believe. 21, 24, and 27.
Yeah, it was. That was an absolute rout. It was 5-0 by halftime, and it was absolutely an incredible performance. I don't think, let's just be honest, I don't think Lens offered anything. By the way, I watched that match. I didn't offer anything. I turned it off around 65th minute or something like that, because again it just got to the point where I was like, they were just messing about at that point, you know what I mean?
It's not football then, it's just a training session.
Exactly. So I was like, you know what, I've seen what I need to see. I've seen the intensity that the Arsenal players put forward, very happy with it. And there was what, 6 different scorers. That's even better, you know what I mean? 6 different scorers. Kai Havertz obviously opened the scoring, which was another like, wow, I can't believe Kai Havertz, he's scoring again. What the fuck is going on here? But I'm glad, and hopefully that can continue. Maybe you can be on a bit of a run of form from now up until the end of the season, or at least at the end of January or whatever, get a couple more goals just to get that confidence going. And this was the first time that Saka, Odegaard, Havertz, Jesus, and Martinelli had played together in the same team. And if I tell you what, if Wednesday's match is any indication to go by, That is frightening.
Who have you got this weekend?
Frightening. This weekend we have, hold on, because I had it here just a second ago, so 1 minute. I will get that up for you. Tomorrow we have Wolves, sorry. We have Wolves 3 o'clock at the Emirates. So,
Yeah, that's going to be an easy game, I think, because two of their players got yellow cards. So Lemina got a yellow card in the middle of the park, so they've lost that energy and that kind of breakdown for me. So, but yeah, no, before we move on to this, by the way, so yeah, because obviously that's talking prediction-wise, so...
We'll get to with Arsenal. A couple of standout performances. I think Tomiyasu had probably one of the best games that I've ever seen him have. 2 assists, and that pass to Martinelli. I don't know if you saw it, by the way.
I haven't seen any. No, I haven't seen anything.
If you get a chance to watch the highlights, or just that goal, just that Martinelli goal, right? The pass from Tomiyasu from the right hand side, so right back, and he basically cross-field pass to Martinelli. And I was like, oh my God, was that a clearance? Was that a pass? I don't even know. But Martinelli still had a lot to do, by the way. So I don't technically think it was an assist.
Give it to him. Give it to him. Go on. Give it to him.
I hope they did.
Alone, I genuinely hope to him.
On here, on Flash Scores, as I see it, I think it does say Tomiyasu assist.
Yeah, he's got it.
But because obviously, it was a clearance. And then Martinelli still had to go in, switch from left to right, and then obviously, eventually shoot with his right like he always does. I just didn't feel like it was a direct assist. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm glad that it was, because it just counted. It was just an incredible pass. And then he assisted Odegaard's goal as well. Similar sort of thing, not from way back, but obviously from the right-hand side. Crossed it in. Odegaard came in with his left foot. Boom. Low shot into the bottom corner. Was excellent performance from the whole team. Yeah.
Was that at the edge of the box or something like inside?
Just a little bit, just a little bit inside, yeah.
Inside the box, no, well done, man. Well done. Jealous.
And obviously, jealous. Jorge came on. He scored the penalty.
He scored the penalty. So when I said I haven't seen it, sounds like I might have seen quite a bit. So yeah,
I think
maybe I did see it. I've just forgot about it. But I think I saw Havertz's goal. I saw Jorge's goal because he did the penalty again. And then who did I see? Yeah, Odegaard's left foot, bottom corner, keeper's left. Keeper's left.
Obviously, Jesus had a nice little 1-2 with Saka, and then Saka had a nice little 1-2 with Jesus. So it was very, very good to see.
Well, I'm so jealous as a Chelsea fan watching you guys, the way you guys play and where you were and to where you've come to. Makes me like pissed, bruv. Like I'm like, why can't my team do this? Like, how hard is it for my team to do this? And proven to be really, really fucking hard.
Yeah. Well, this is what happens if the owner's gonna change. Managers.
Yeah, if you chop and change all the time, it's not even just managers, because you can keep the same guy, but if you give him a new squad every transfer window, what the fuck do you expect him to do?
Yeah, you can't. Yeah. But no. I think for me, that was the sort of. The outstanding performance, probably Tomiyasu. I think it was absolutely incredible. Obviously, the front five were just doing their thing. Declan Rice is like on another planet. I saw a meme or a tweet. Someone went at Arsenal, please could you give 20 million back to West Ham, because it just feels like daylight robbery. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the way that, could you just give them another 20 million, please, just to make us feel better? Because
he is quality.
That guy is absolutely incredible. And here's another meme for you, right? 70% of the earth is covered by water. The other 30% is covered by rice. So
I love that.
I saw that. I was like, that is excellent.
That used to be an N'Golo Kante meme. So.
Oh, did it? Oh, there you go then. Yeah. There you go. And again,
it was a Claude Makelele meal, and then it became an N'Golo Kante, and now obviously anybody else who plays in CDM.
He stepped up. I'm saying, like, Rice. If Rice is following, Makelele, Kante, and I mean,
only good things to come. Only great and good things to come. Silverware everywhere.
So I'm really glad, and genuinely, I just still can't believe that we got that player, and he is still performing at the peak. Like there's no complexities with him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's not like, oh, the 100 million's gone to my head and I'm this guy, and I'm like really sure whoever, or Phillips.
Yeah, no. But I think he's in the right form though as well. I think he's at the right club, because everybody around him is performing, which then kind of triggers you to start off performing at a high level, because you can't be falling behind, because you think then that's when the price tag starts to affect you. Right now, like you said, there's memes out there saying give him another 20 million because it feels like daylight robbery at 105 mil. Or was it 105, 100 something? Yeah. 105. And then as I'm saying this now, as I'm saying it out loud, I go back to the transfer policy for Chelsea. Is it more like, let's let's just buy Caicedo when Declan Rice could have been available. I know we went in for him, but then he chose you because you were somewhere else. You were leaps ahead of where Chelsea is currently. But you know what? Like, I'm happy for the lad, to be fair. And in a way, I'm happy that he didn't come back to us. I'm not happy, but I'm happy for him rejecting us when we rejected him as a young player. Yeah. And I always like the idea of that karma biting you in the ass. You reject these young players, they go play somewhere else, and then you want to buy them for 100 million. They're like, nah, I'm going to go somewhere else. Fuck you.
And his performance is really a massive fuck you to Chelsea as well. Like, you know, massive, in that case, yeah,
massive. Because he is quality. He is, honestly,
excellent player.
He's a great player, calm, and I know people take the piss when I use this word calm, but like, you have no idea how important it is to have that Berbatov mindset of like, it doesn't matter who's near me, you're not going to get this ball off me. I know what I'm going to do with it. That's what I mean by calmness, and in front of goal, calmness in the middle of the park. You're not rushing. It's not kind of, let me get it, give it to the left, let me get it, give it to the right, and you're just playing this sideways football. You get it, and you have purpose in your pass. It's a meaningful pass. It's trying to achieve something, not just, I hope I don't get tackled so I don't have a tally of I lost the ball X amount of times in a game. Do you see what I mean? And Declan Rice is not like that. He's honestly, he's a quality footballer, and it goes to show.
There was a moment in the middle of the park. I can't remember which minute it was, but there was a moment where basically there was a player running towards him. He tackled him, like, you know, sort of went down on one knee, tackled him, and then the ball went to another Lens player, and then Rice got up sort of with his back to the player, turned back round. By the time the player got to him, he slid in again and took the ball off the other player.
Quality.
And I saw that, I was like, oh my God, nah, this guy's like a cheat code in that CDM role.
Yeah, he's literally a cheat code. Somebody do a right test on Rice. What is in that fucking Muller that he's doing?
Rice, baby, man, love it. So yeah, I don't really want to talk too much about the Lens game, because again, it was 6-0 for God's sake, and there's nothing really to talk about. It was Lens as well, but obviously saying that, but they beat us in the reverse fixture, which
they beat you 2-1, 3-1.
Yeah, no, it was 2-1.
I know there was a goal difference. Yeah, because they scored last minute, and everybody was like Raya, whatever, made a mistake.
He did.
But to be fair, I'm glad you're not talking much about it, because you're sparing my feelings and everybody else who probably doesn't support any of the top three currently.
No, I think
if you're a Man United fan, you'd be fuming. If you're an Everton fan, you're fuming.
I was going to talk about Man United. I was going to be talking about Man United, to be honest. That was going to be my UCL talk. It was going to be about Man United, because I actually watched the whole of that match. And I'll be honest with you, I got really, really vexed when Garnacho scored and he ran up to the Galatasaray fans to shut him down.
Lack of respect. For an 18, 19-year-old. You know what it is with him? It's just because he had a good week. He had a decent weekend when he scored a crazy goal. Well, wonderful goal. Let's give it what it is. It was a wonderful goal. Yeah. It was a top quality goal. And then to go and do that Galatasaray as well. Okay, great, but you don't shush the fans, like, because what happens there, you've
opened yourself. You've opened yourself for them to come back.
Yeah, well, come back or invade in numbers.
In numbers. Yeah.
Because that's part of the world. Eastern Europe is not a place to piss about with when it comes to football. That is religion to them. That is their colours. That is their Game of Thrones. That is their House Stark. They will kill you.
Yeah, they will kill you. Yeah. Wasn't it Galatasaray fans that broke another away team's coach window? I'm pretty sure it was maybe 2-3 years ago. I'm sure it was. But again, for me with Garnacho, right? I do like him as a player. I think he's a good player. He's got potential.
He's a good player.
But if his attitude goes the way that it's going, I don't care for that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just don't care for it. You may be great, but again, you haven't reached those levels to do that. Ronaldo reached those levels. He still didn't do that. Messi reached those levels. He still didn't do that. You know, they had the attitude on the field. And the second point against Garnacho for me is like, bro, you're 18, 19-year-old, right? How have you got turkey teeth already? Like, I just want to know. I just want to know, how bad were your teeth?
I was looking at that.
I'm just saying, how bad were your teeth? This guy travelled
before the team came.
I don't know. He went to Istanbul just to get his teeth done. I'm sure he did, just to get them whitened or, like, you know, sort of topped up, if you will.
That's what it is. Somebody took the piss out of him in the streets, and then he saw them in the crowd when he hushed them.
Showed them the teeth.
Showed them the teeth.
I just think, no, but how bad must a 19-year-old's teeth be for him to go and actually literally take his whole mouth out and replace it with a whole nother mouth. You know, I don't get it. I don't understand. But yeah, so Garnacho scores, and then obviously one of the most hated players in the Premier League scores, Bruno Fernandes, which is like, I cannot stand that guy. And he got a yellow card immediately afterwards because he argued with the ref. Do you know what I mean? Like, Galatasaray got a free kick. He argues with the ref. Boom, gets a yellow card, and I'm like, please get a red card. Please get a red card.
Well, to be fair, the whole team got a red card. How'd you go 2-0 up away from home when your Champions League career is your group stage survival qualification? That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah. The group stage qualification depends on it, and you end up drawing 3-3 because now Galatasaray is second. And
it's going to be
United
tough.
have to play Bayern. They have to beat Bayern, who have won every game. I know they drew the last game.
What, Bayern drew against Copenhagen?
Bayern drew against Copenhagen 0-0 or 1, something like that. Finished, but basically Bayern are qualified because they're on 15 points.
Yeah, they've already done. Yeah, they're done.
Yeah, 50 because that's game 5. Oh no, 15 or 4. What are they on? 13.
I've got to hear 2 seconds.
I can't remember.
So Bayern are on 13. So they've already qualified. By the way,
points. So they drew, but they're on 13 points because they would have been 15 if they won. Yeah.
Copenhagen sat second on 5 points. Galatasaray on 5 points, and Man United on 4 points, at dead last. Yeah. And I'll be honest with you. Bayern.
This is the thing, as United fans as well, they'll probably be like, we might struggle to make Champions League this year, let's drop in Europa League and win it. But you won't, because Seville are there, and Seville will probably
winning Europa League
there as well. You ain't winning shit.
No, but Liverpool. I think Liverpool probably have a good chance, or Bayer Leverkusen should have a good chance of winning.
Yeah, Bayer Leverkusen have been quality, but those Anfield nights in European nights at Anfield should be pretty special. To be fair, for me, the favourites are Liverpool to win that Europa League.
I think for me, it's going to be Liverpool, Bayer Leverkusen, if they don't face each other beforehand. I think it's going to be one of them.
Been amazing for him, hasn't he? Really,
amazing job. And I think he's probably getting lined up either for the next manager of Liverpool or for the next manager of Real Madrid.
Yeah, I think it's going to probably be more Real unless Jurgen hands his boots up first. Now,
Ancelotti is about to leave.
Fuck United. With
United, what I did love was the Ziyech free kick, which was
couldn't have
unbelievable.
Could not have happened to a better keeper, right? Both of them.
Why did you mention the keeper?
You deserve it, bro. You deserve it.
Why did you mention the keeper?
Fucking fault. This is the problem I hear with these modern day football clubs. Let's buy a football keeper who can play with their feet. Like, what about the shots are coming towards him? No, bro. Like, first and foremost, he's a shot stopper first.
Yeah.
A bonus if he can play with his feet.
Yeah.
Pep is coming. Everyone's trying to do a fucking Pep Guardiola. Like, fucking hell. Which is great, by the way. It changed the game, but like, come on.
Look at Bernd Leno. I mean, he was a great shot stopper. Obviously, he didn't have what Ramsdale had with his feet, but Leno was a great shot stopper, and he still is a great shot stopper. I mean, he's kept Fulham in some matches. You know what I mean? He kept us in a lot of matches throughout the Europa League nights. So I think you're right. A keeper is a shot stopper first and foremost, and then everything else is a bonus afterwards. Or if you want to train him with his feet. But Onana is
as a defender, by the way. Sorry to interrupt you. Just going on the shot stops. As a defender, I've never played defence, and I've never played to a great level. I've played, Sunday League like we've played. But do you think as a defender you make a mistake, you think to yourself, it's okay, they still have to get past Larry who's in goal, for example.
Yeah.
But if they get past me and Onana's in goal, I think, fuck's sake, we're fucked.
That's it. Done.
There's no point chasing back. I'll just let him kick the ball out of the net so we can start again. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of that sort of mentality. You need a strong keeper, man. You need your Siemens, you need your Petr Cech, you need your Schmeichels, your Edisons, your Alissons, your Buffons, and so on and so forth. You need them. They got rid of De Gea, who was like voted the best player at the club X amount of years on the bounce.
Consecutively,
and they're like, all of a sudden they want some other geezers. Like, what the fuck?
No, I'll be honest with you. With De Gea in goal, I think they would have done a lot better in the Champions League run-ins. Maybe, obviously, I'm not saying De Gea didn't have any mistakes in it because he clearly did. That's why they got rid of him. But in comparison to Onana, who has just been an absolute atrocious, by the way, for Man United. So it's shocking. But I mean, again, just so we're clear, these guys were 3-1 up. By the way, at second half they were 3-1 up. And then, boom, Ziyech scores a second, and then Aktoglu scores a third, which it's a Ziyech assist. So that guy scored twice, assisted once. And
that second goal, though, that equaliser goal was a quality goal because we both watched the game. That first touch, and I know everybody on the media is talking about it as well, but it literally was an incredible first touch.
It was.
But yeah, game done, like you said, 2-0, 2-1, 3-2, so they got their second goal cushion again, and then they draw the game. It's interesting to see why Rashford hasn't played. all of a sudden this next big protege playing for England, getting picked for England, but he's not playing for his club, which is interesting. Maybe something to keep an eye on. And maybe United fans can get on Twitter and tell us get on X and tell us why Rashford hasn't been playing.
From what I understand, I think there's been some sort of like personal circumstances that he's going through with his wife or girlfriend, or basically stuff that he's going through at home that I don't think. Obviously, I think Eric. I'm telling you right now, and I can't stress this enough. Yeah. Eric, bro, you need to either change your name or just go with Hag or something. If you went with Ten Hag, that's your first name and surname, Ten Hag. Right, you win in Champions Leagues, okay? You win in Champions Leagues.
You win in trophies. You win places.
You win in trophies, bro. With a name like Eric, again, I don't care if you got a K at the end of it. It's not happening. But I just think Eric Ten Hag, I think he's taking it too far with I'm the boss and they're going to do what I say. Yeah. It just doesn't work. You're a coach for Man United, pal. Like, Man United, they're a whole different entity. Do you know what I mean? They will swallow you up. And once this Ineos investment goes through,
what was his name again?
Jim Ratcliffe.
Jim Ratcliffe, yeah.
Yeah, Sir Jim Ratcliffe purchased the club or parts of the club. Mate, he's gone. He is gone. Eric is bye-bye, mate. Do you know what I mean? Well, Pack your bags, get yourself to Tottenham where you belong, and see you later. Do you know what I mean? With another Eric. Got 2 Erics on the bench so you can secure non-winnings.
Yeah,
it was
long may continue.
Yeah, but please, always and forever. So yeah, I thought that was hilarious. Man United drawing, and I hope Bayern just absolutely slap them about. I really hope Bayern slap them.
To be fair, I think they're not even going to finish in Europa League now, as I'm saying this, because they probably need a point to get, because they're on 4 points, and I can't see them drawing. I can see Copenhagen, Galatasaray drawing, Galatasaray, City, Bayern, Galatasaray, and Copenhagen finishing third. United finishing dead last in that group, because Bayern are going to slap them about. I feel like, anyway, on paper you would assume Bayern are going to slap them about. Who knows?
It's honestly it is hilarious to
but it's good for Chelsea though, because we play them the week off. We played before. Sorry, we play them before. No, we don't. We play them really soon. United. We play them on the Wednesday the 6th, and then a week later they play. Yeah, no, that's nothing. Yeah, but come on, let's go on to some predictions for this week, because obviously
let's do some predictions.
I know we haven't seen each other. So we haven't done a pod in a long time, but let's keep it short and sweet for the listeners. The first teaser. We still owe them. We still owe them in English all time.
We do. But it's fine. Next international break, it's fine. We got them. I know it's brewing in my head. It's cooking right here. It's cooking.
Love that. Right, come on, because you're first. I'll go first. Actually, I'll give you the.
Do you have a pen and paper, by the way? Because I do not. I do not have anything.
Get your phone. Go on your phone and maps. I mean notes. Why would you go on maps?
Why would I go on maps? And hold on, where are we here?
With everybody else. This is where I stopped, and I turned left, and this is where I saw him.
Okay, all right. I'm not getting into that. No.
Copyright. Going back.
I do not want to incriminate myself.
First saw you.
I do not want to incriminate myself at all, by the way, with this.
It's fucking. Oh, please! Has to be the script. When you edit this, put the script song on that. I don't know what it's called, but like back to the corner where I first saw you with my sleeping bag.
The days stood still or something. I don't even know what the hell it was. I can't remember the song. I think, I was listening to that actually on the way down to London because my wife likes the script. So, anyways, we're going to move straight past that.
But okay, let's do some predictions. Let's do some predictions.
Arsenal Wolves. You go first. Because
I think you're riding high. I think you're top of the league, and I think you're going to do it. I think it'll be an easy 3-1 win for you, maybe even a 3-0. To be fair, I can't see Wolves scoring. I know they've been doing all right, but losing that guy in the middle, Lemina, he seems to a little bit make him tick. I think Martinelli will be too much for what's his name? Semedo at the right back, I think it is Semedo for Wolves. Too much for him. So, it'll be an easy victory for you boys, 3-0.
Let me see if I can get this right. So I've got, but do you know what? Our initials actually, when you put them out, L and R, it's like left and right. So there you go. How good is that?
Love that.
Right. So I'm gonna go with I'm actually gonna go with the 3-0, and you're gonna go with the 3-1. You saying?
I'm gonna go 3-0 as well. I said 3-0, 3-1, but the more I speak about it, I'm 3-0 as well.
3-0 as well. Right. Okay. Let me go
against you.
So let me go to a 3-0 here because there we go. Right, cool. You're right. I agree with you. I think we're on a high right now, and we could prove to be a bit strong for Wolves. So next matchup is Brentford-Luton, and it's a Brentford GTEC Stadium. I mean, I'm gonna go with a Brentford win, to be honest with you, because I mean, it's Luton, so no offense to Luton. Well, I mean, a little offense.
They'll probably turn up the one because they lost against Arsenal, so they'll probably be like, right, let's get another W at our stadium. I agree with you, but I don't know what something's pulling on me saying it'd probably be a draw. I feel like Luton, I know they got their first win at their ground and so on, but for some reason I feel like they just might be a bit sensible and close shop and trying to hit on the counter. So yeah, I think it might be a 1-1. It might be a scrappy game, but 1-1.
I've actually put 3-2 down.
For me?
So, not for me. Not for you, because you didn't tell me what you didn't say.
Like, why are you not even listening to what I'm saying? Is this
no, that's it. You're actually on mute right now. I'm just looking at your lips moving. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, that's it. Ring one. Yeah, it's a nasal. You're nasally. It's fine. Next matchup, Burnley Sheffield at Burnley. So 2 promoted clubs. I'll be honest, this should be a very interesting game. Should be a very interesting game. This might be the chance for Burnley to get some points. Burnley beat Sheffield last time. They're at home. This is a time when you think, because the quality's been really poor for both, haven't they? They're both bottom of the league. Shocking.
Why is it like just above because of Everton? But yeah, Burnley probably win this one, like maybe 2-1. I'm
going to go with, do you know what? I can see a draw here. I'm going to go 1-1.
1-1.
I'm going to go 1-1. I can see that as well. 2-1 Burnley?
Very scrappy game. I'm going 2-1 Burnley. I'm going to see if I can give Vincent Kompany his first win.
Yeah, honestly, man, I really wanted him to do well. I honestly did, because he was a great player. Obviously, we've followed his whole career, really, watching the Premier League. So I wanted him to do well.
So
but
part of his career, his whole career watching the Premier League. So part of his career.
I mean, he spent the majority of his career there, really, to be honest. Yeah, he was captain of a big side. Majority, sorry. Okay.
Majority. Yeah. Just in case there's some arsehole out there who's a keyboard warrior.
Yeah, there will be.
There will be.
Please stop.
You know who you are.
Yeah, make yourself known as well, so we can.
Yes, you're right.
Call you out.
I'm talking about him.
Right. So next game up, we have Everton at Nottingham, and Everton lost obviously over the weekend because you can put it down to what's happened to them, recently. Okay, just before we actually move on, then let's have a little discussion about that, because how do you feel about that then?
Unfair,
as a football fan,
I'm unfair. Like, obviously, I don't want my team to get points, but you think of like what Chelsea's doing. More than anything, like, because Chelsea's because Chelsea's ones haven't been made public yet. The records have not been made public. The accusations are not public, if there is any. But you'd assume there is, unless Todd is really airtight, that bitch. But City's got 115 out.
Yeah,
115
claims against them. Accusations against them.
And then all of a sudden, Everton had 1, and they get 10 point deducted. Like, come on, like, what? And it clearly goes to show. And this is, by the way, very quickly, in the past as well, there were accusations against City, Liverpool, Chelsea, United, and the teams that got point deductions were like the Pompeys, the Middlesbroughs, and so on and so forth. The lesser teams, if you like, the ones who don't have all the wealth to get the best lawyers, because they probably can't afford to pay a lawyer $20,000 an hour. Whereas the Cities, the Chelseas, would be like, we can't afford the point deductions.
Got those on retainers, they've got those guys on retainer.
Well, they've got, that's it, the retainer. They've got the resources for it. They can pull on everybody. They can pull different kind of strings, which obviously we don't want to get into because it's conspiracy theories. But you know what I mean. So, and it's really, really unfair for Everton to get 10-point deduction as a first. And if they're going off anything, if Everton is one sanction is a 10-point deduction, City's fucked.
That's relegation. I was going to say that's 3 divisions they need to drop if that's the case.
That is because
they've set a precedent now. They've set up, the FA. They've set a precedent now about how to punish teams. And
but I hope they're consistent with it, though, bro. That's the case. They need to be consistent, and they're not going to. This is the thing. They've done it to Everton to be like, look at what we're doing.
Yeah. But I think we're actually caring about FFP.
Value. Yeah, that's it. They don't give a fuck about FFP because they can't afford to have a City, Arsenal, Chelsea, and so on because they bring too much money in. Yeah. They bring too much money into the Premier League, TV rights, global brands, the exposure to Far East, Middle East, West, everywhere across the globe. There'll probably be somebody watching City, Chelsea, or Arsenal, or United, etc. So that'll never happen.
The messed up thing is when you look at the Everton ordeal is the fact that they got deducted 10 points for literally losing money, which is obviously part of the FFP. But when you actually look at that in a broader sense, you think, wait, you're punishing me because I lost money? Like, what? What the hell are you talking about? These guys are spending crazy cash and nothing's happening, but you're punishing me because I'm doing harm to myself. It's like, come on, what is this all about? I get it. I get it's part of the rules. I get it.
It's for the rules, but the thing is as well, I think they were off by like 10 or 20 million or something because they were able to write off about, was it 19
point something million? That's what it was. Yeah. Like, what are you talking about?
Because they originally, what they had about 300 million in losses.
Yeah.
But obviously with COVID, they were allowed to write off about 200 and something off.
Yeah.
So really, if that's the case, but even as an Everton, I'm thinking if those were the rules, why didn't you not sell some academy players for like 10, 15 million and just be scrape within and just do another survival year? Sell Dominic Calvert-Lewin, bro. Like, don't
I was just about to say, I was just about to say,
ask for 50, ask for 35, just so he can scrape in. He's fucking injury prone. He's come back. He's done fuck all.
Nothing. He's
literally done nothing for you. Sell him.
He's an overrated player because there's a lot of analysts who obviously rate Calvert-Lewin, and I'm like,
on what?
Why? On what merit do you rate Calvert-Lewin? Sorry, Calvert-Phillips, Calvert-Lewin, same thing. It doesn't matter. They're both crap. Yeah. Come on, man. Do you know what I mean? Triple barrel names, nah, bro. You posh twat. But sorry for anyone. Sorry for anyone with triple barrel names, by the way.
It's like you're going back to the gate community.
No, I'm not allowed there, mate. I'm not allowed there no more. No. Martin Joseph Odegaard. No, I don't think so.
Fucking cool.
No, I don't think so. MJO, I don't think so, pal. I'm not going back there.
Not going back there. Especially not now. Maybe there was a slim hole, but not now.
Yeah, I don't need no more close riders.
Honestly, you think yourself, don't want it. If you were the business owner of Everton, you would say, right, who can we sell because we're 20 million short?
You have to sell someone. Yeah, like, again, that Idrissa Gana game. Why are you bringing him back? Just leave him out there. Like, why are you paying money to bring him back? It's crazy. You know, they've got decent enough players who can attract some sort of money. Like over the 10 mils, they can attract that. And literally, when you think about it, all they need to do is sell Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin. Sorry, I got that right. I got it right. Yeah. Sell Calvert-Lewin for 25 mil, for example. Yeah. 25 mil, that's it. None of this would have happened. Do you know what I mean?
You're in profit.
That's it. You're literally in profit. Yeah, exactly my point. 20 million, 20.1, whatever it is, just do it. And again, where's the finances? But again, it goes to show that whole Alisher Usmanov type, owner of Everton. They're trying to set an example against him and Moshiri as well. I think he's Iranian. Moshiri, is he? I think so. Yeah. So again, they're trying to set examples against people who are not from the Middle East or Saudi or from Qatari investment funds, because again they know that those are the guys that dictate the market right now. Those are the guys who are spending big, whether on clubs or whether bringing players in, marketing campaigns, whatever the hell it is. So you can't, which is ridiculous. It's still
unfair though, isn't it? It's still unfair for them, because obviously as an owner you're probably thinking if City got away with 100 and you've got a fine, we got one, we'll probably just get a fine as well. When in reality, you've received something more valuable than any money could buy, which is 10 points in the Premier League. Because no matter how much money you pay to get 10 points, you need to spend a lot of money to get 10 points. That's
a hell of a difference, right, at the end of the season. And the only saving grace for Everton right now is that it's probably come at the right season for them. Because obviously the three teams that were promoted are the weakest three teams that we've ever seen in the Premier League.
Agreed.
In a way, look, I don't want to see Everton go down, because I like seeing Everton as part of the Premier League. It's that, again, that nostalgia of having Everton there, and for them to go down, and teams like City who are winning trebles and they're winning 5 out of 6 league titles, and all the Carling Cups, whatever the EFL Cups that there are. It's just a shame to see that happen, and it's definitely unfair, by the way. And look, I'm sorry to say it, but corruption is evident. Corruption is clear right now. It's you can't overlook that fact of it. You can't overlook the corruption side of it, and this just makes it obvious.
It feels like there's a social construct as well, isn't it? Like there's normal lower, middle, and upper class. That's what it actually feels like in the Premier League now as well. Kind of the middle class can take all the fines and pay for this, while the upper class can get away with
that's it. That's exactly it.
Because they have the resources and the knowledge and the wealth to kind of, if they don't have the knowledge, to go pay for the knowledge to somebody else, look after them and for their best interest. But anywho,
okay. So in terms of predictions on that one, I'm going to go with, do you know what? I think they're probably going to scrape a 2-1 or something. So it's going to be a 2-1 Everton on that one, I think.
Yeah.
Because maybe they'll get some heart. And
I'll be honest with you, I'm rooting for them. I don't know why, but I feel like this injustice is kind of making me want to root for them. So I'm hoping, but then again, I can't stand the manager, so it's a bit of a dilemma. But no, I'm with you. I'd
Sean Dice
win it 2-1 as well.
Yeah, that guy's smoking like 40 a day.
Look at you, been down here 10 minutes and all of a sudden got the accent.
Bruh, I got it down.
Practice. You went to a dialect coach, didn't you, before you moved down?
Can I be honest, right? We're talking about that Sean Dyche accent, and I watched, I watched this program last week called Premier League's Funniest Moments or whatever it is, or Football's Funniest Moments. A couple of good stuff on there, by the way. If you ever get a chance to watch it on YouTube, it's hilarious. But there was a conference, like a press conference from Sean Dyche when he was at Burnley, and again, he was a funny guy. Like, he's actually a funny guy. Do you know what I mean? And he even took the piss out of himself. He was like, I get this all the time. You know what I mean? I get this all the time. 40 a day, and what you been smoking there, Sean, and all this stuff. I swear to God, right? I've never laughed so much with a football coach, and I gained some respect for him. I was like, all right, this guy knows what's going on out there. He's very self-aware.
Let's hope he wins tomorrow. Let's hope he wins tomorrow.
For that, I have to give Everton. I'm going to say 2-1 Everton on that one. And what's your prediction on it, Rick?
Well, I'm going to go with you now. You've made me laugh. I'm going to go with you. I just didn't even see you for a second. I just saw Sean. I was like, hey, yo, lad.
That's it. Well, I've got a little bit more hair than Sean, up top and down beard. But, it's...
Yeah, no.
But, I think
I hope they do win, just because obviously if they win, they'll be on 7 points. So
yeah, just to literally stick the middle fingers up at the Premier League and the FA, just to be like, you know what? Fuck you guys. We're still going to make it in the top 12 or whatever it is.
What would be funny is if they start going on this winning streak and they're 10 points away from top 4, and then all of a sudden they win their core battles and they get their 10 points reinstated and they're in a Champions League position. This kind of this underdog, we've been this injustice, we've been wrongfully accused, and we're going to do this and that, and then May.
That's a Cinderella story right there. If I've ever heard one. Can you imagine
if they're fifth and Liverpool are fourth and they're like 8 points behind, 9 points behind, and all of a sudden they're just like. It'd be interesting to see. I doubt it, but it'll be.
I don't think. Yeah, obviously, like I said, it's a Cinderella story, but
Cinderella story.
It'll be fun to watch. And obviously
on for the whole season.
No. And the main game for tomorrow evening, for Saturday evening, is Newcastle Man United, and it's at St James's Park. Now this has the potential
to be juicy,
to be a very juicy one for sure. What are we thinking? Rick? I'm
hoping Newcastle beat them, bro. Like, I really think I'm hoping, and I think Newcastle will do them. I know he's probably going to try, but I think let's see if their strength for the 2 games against Everton was the wingers. I think Garnacho against Trippier. There's a mismatch there. I think Trippier, with his experience, he'll do all right.
I think so.
The boys in the middle will probably keep Bruno Fernandes quiet. McTominay seems to be a bit of a dark horse, sometimes drifting into space and that. But yeah, I think Anthony's not going to do. Anthony does fuck all anyway. But I'm hoping.
I forgot he played.
Forward. Yeah, exactly. I'm hoping going forward Newcastle. I'm hoping Gordon has a good game. I'm hoping Isaac has a good game, because I just want Man United to lose.
Yeah.
If Chelsea,
at all costs.
This shit, even if my team were doing good, I want Man United to lose, because looking at them in 6 just makes me fucking angry as fuck. So yeah, I hope they get beat. I do hope they get beat.
Considering the performances that they've had.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And they're like talking about it on the news today. They were saying like, oh, the team most in form in the last 5 or 10 games have won like so many, and I'm thinking like, shut the fuck up. Do you know what you're talking about? You're talking about United.
It just goes back to my point that I made about Tottenham at the beginning. They went on like that unbeaten streak or winning streak or whatever it is. They were top of the league, but I'm sorry, you don't get a trophy for a quarter of the league being top. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the manager did, but not the team.
He did, yeah, sorry, but he did because, whatever reason, and they just don't like Arteta after the comments that he made. But I feel like, if you're not performing on the pitch like the way that you're supposed to be performing, when you consider like the level of skilled players that they have, or highly skilled players that they have, I'm sorry, but you just can't be considered as a good team or a team, in form. My example will always be Unai Emery, 22 games unbeaten with Arsenal, still managed to end up 8th. You know what I mean? It just doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. And
you've got that experience, haven't you? For somebody outside looking in, let's say like me, obviously I don't have that 22 games unbeaten and finishing 8th and so on. Under Mourinho, we're winning and so on. But yeah, like you're right. It is, season's not a quarter of the season, nor is it 2/3. It's the full season. See how you do.
It's a full season, yeah.
I do feel for him though. I do like the guy. I do like, for some reason, I like this Ange Postecoglou. I think he seems like a decent bloke, down to earth bloke. But for him and Tottenham fans, I've got a couple of Tottenham fans at work, and I do feel sorry for them in the sense of like, but for me, I go back to, I think it's Daniel Levy. How do you sell Harry Kane and not bring in some decent reinforcements at centre back? Let's see what they do.
Stick with Richarlison, by the way.
Yeah, let's see what they do this season. Let's see what they do in January. Not this season, sorry. January transfer windows. We know they've got money. Harry came on for 100 million, and he's one of their own. Came from the academy. That's 100 million.
That was just Levy's extension at home.
Yeah,
well, that was underground bunker, mate, leading to the Emirates.
That's what he's
where you can steal thoughts and ideas. You didn't hear it from here first, by the way. That's just a rumor somewhere over there. From over there. Yeah, from over there somewhere. I don't know where that's from.
No, I do feel sorry for him. I feel sorry for him in the sense because Daniel Levy won't be in top. But again, let's not moving on from feeling sorry. Actually, let's see what reinforcement he brings in because their squad was really weak, and I think Ange only worked with that starting 11. Or it looked like he only's been training the starting 11 because they were good. Let's give him credit where credit's due. They were pretty decent. They played some matches, drew against Arsenal at Arsenal. Started winning some games, lucky or not lucky, but again, you make your luck sometimes. But they were tough for so long, and then Chelsea came to town, and not that we dismantled them because there was a self-destruct button there, and they destructed themselves.
They know how to do that. They know how to pull that trigger better than anyone else.
The trigger is flipping Romero. Like how again? We talked so many times, but why did you do that? That's the question you ask yourself. Why? Because look at where it's left them now, and then the injuries to Maddison because he did keep him tick. He was the catalyst of that team. And
there you go. I mean. One player's out, and then the whole team falls apart. Is that good enough? Is that a good enough team? I don't think so.
We've had before, like Liverpool with Gerrard was a one-man show. Chelsea with Didier Drogba's or Hazard. Sorry, not even Didier Drogba. If Hazard wasn't playing, we were fucked. We didn't know what the fuck we were doing. So we'll see. We'll see what they do. But
so on the Newcastle Man United prediction, by the way,
stop talking about Spurs.
Yeah, so on the Newcastle Man United prediction, what are we going with?
I think they'll win 3-1. But no, quickly on Spurs, let's see what Levy will do in January. But Newcastle will probably win 3-1. Yeah,
3-1. I'm gonna go with a 2-0 for Newcastle on this one. And I just hope to God again, even though I've got this sort of
red card.
Hate. No, I've grown this hate for Newcastle since the whole incident with Gordon.
But that's not their fault. Why are you hating Newcastle? It's not their fault.
I hate them because they came out as if like, oh yeah, well, we're better. You weren't better. You just got lucky and you did it by fouling our players and the ball was clearly out and whatever. It doesn't matter anyway. So I really hope though.
If I had you near me right now, I'd look at you and probably be like, lick you, or like when somebody licks their finger and then touch you and then licks their finger and be like, yep, still salty.
Oh, I'm definitely salty. I'll tell you that right now. You don't have to lick me, bro.
Oh, right.
Don't go to lick me, bro. I'll just tell you I'm salty.
I was going to lick my finger. There's no licking you.
It's all right. I definitely don't want you lick thumb on my forehead.
Looks like I'm not coming around for Christmas.
I'm just saying, I don't want you lick thumb on my forehead. Do you know what I'm talking about? But yeah, I think I'm going to go with a 2-0. And obviously, there's absolutely no hate that I have more than I have for Man United. You know what I mean? Even for Tottenham, I just don't hate.
Bro, isn't it? It's like I don't even hate Tottenham that much. I hate Man United like one of the most hated clubs in England is Man United.
Pure hate.
It seems like their fans
Bruno Fernandes did it for me.
They're everywhere.
I can see him getting a red card, by the way. I think Joe Ellington is going to really piss him off to the point where he just gets a red card.
That would be, yeah.
Well, one of the Brunos is getting a red card. So either Guimaraes or Fernandes. One of them is definitely getting a red card. Definitely one of the Brunos, but I don't know which one yet. And we'll move on to Sunday's matches. So let's have a look at the Sundays. We've got 5 matches on Sunday. Bournemouth, Villa. What are we saying?
Villa, easy. 2-0 Villa.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're on an incredible run, and I think they're only matched by Arsenal and City right now, aren't they? In terms of most points in the Premier League season. In the calendar year. So yeah, I think I'm going to go Villa. And there was talks that Arteta is definitely wanting Douglas Luiz, but I just can't see Emery selling him in January. I can't see him selling him in January. I'll be honest with you.
Not now, not when the season's no, they've got a chance to achieve something special here in a European night at Villa Park. Back to those days, you know what I mean? Like it'll be special for some of those fans. Yeah. So just like it was for Newcastle when we saw Newcastle and what it meant when they played PSG, it'll be a similar thing again. So yeah, no, 2-0 Villa for me. 2-0
Villa. I think I'm going to go with a 2-2. So that's my. Just want to see what you said first, man. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go 2-2, and you're going 2-0 Villa. Wow, that is good. I think that's probably going to be it, to be honest. But and then moving on, we've got Chelsea Brighton. Oh shit, we've got Chelsea Brighton at Stamford Bridge. God damn, I'm going to be for days.
Now I'm going to keep it short and sweet.
Yeah, tell me Chelsea Brighton.
You first, man.
Oh yeah, of course.
Why did you do that? Did you forget? How many episodes are we in?
Too many episodes to forget. I'll tell you that. So okay, Chelsea Brighton at Stamford Bridge. I don't think it's going to be easy for Brighton. I don't think it's going to be them winning. I'll be honest with you. I can see Chelsea scraping like a maybe like a 2-1 or something, or a draw. But I think I'm going to go 2-1 Chelsea. I'll be good. I'll be nice. I'll go 2-1 Chelsea.
Yeah, I agree. I think 2-1 as well.
2-1 Chelsea, okay. Because Brighton haven't been the older self, really. They haven't been the former self. You know, they've struggled recently. So,
and also we need to bounce back as well. We seem to do this. We lose and then play well, and lose and play well. So yeah,
it's the pattern, isn't it? And for me, one thing I will add to that game is that for Brighton is that Evan Ferguson is an incredible young striker. I think he is brilliant. Every time he plays, he scores, and it's just uncanny. And if Arteta needs a number 9 or like a main striker, he should try and do everything to try and bring Ferguson into the team, because he would be perfect. Or someone like a Chelsea could bring him in as well. It would be a good.
We need a finished article. We don't need somebody to keep working at Chelsea. We need somebody just to put them in at the minute. I know, but when he's doing all right in a team where the expectation isn't as great, in the sense that, you know, we've won trophies, etc., etc. He's a quality player, and I totally agree with you. I see everything that you see in him, but I feel like Chelsea team is not performing to that level, and it'll be all of the squad resting on his shoulders. At the minute, there's João Pedro for them. There's other players who can score goals, and he puts them away for fun. But I just feel like maybe the pressure at Chelsea will crumble. At Arsenal, he'll flourish. At City, he'll flourish because.
Yeah, they give him the liberty to sort of, to play the game. Absolutely, yeah.
Delivery, every ball will be put on the plate. At the minute, Chelsea is too defensive football, sideways football. So yeah.
Yeah, not enough going forward. That's a good point. That's a good point.
A 2-1 win for us.
Next, we've got Liverpool-Fulham at Anfield.
3-0 Liverpool.
3-0 Liverpool. Yeah. Wow, I was going to go with a draw. I was going to go with a 2-2 draw, but okay. You made me rethink that, so I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw.
So let me get it straight. 3-0. I was going to go with a draw. You made me rethink that. I'm going with a 2-2 draw.
I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw. Yeah, absolutely. So you're saying 3-0?
Wow. 3-0. Yeah, I think Salah will probably get a hat trick. So captain him.
Yeah, well, I can't afford Haaland now. Do you know what I mean? I need to sell like 3 players to afford Haaland. I got rid of Haaland because obviously I thought he was going to be injured after the international break. I thought at least one match I'll have Salah in, but no, it's just,
I didn't get rid of him.
No,
my team, to be fair, on here is not a bad team. It's a pretty decent team.
So my team is.
Have you dropped?
Oh, I've dropped it. Yeah, I've dropped badly.
So I've overtook you. One down. I think everyone Come on.
Did. We're not that far away in points, but
we're like 6 points dropped. Apart.
Yeah, I've dropped. So
another winning week for me compared to everybody else.
Yeah, I think you're doing really well. To be honest, I like the fact that I'm doing badly in FPL, but my team's doing well in real life.
Yeah,
I'll go with that all day.
Any day, I'd swap any day.
I'll go with that. Yeah, that's worth the tenner, by the way.
I still owe you money. I've just realised I still owe you money.
That's all right. You can wait until the end of the season.
You've literally relocated for this tenner, bro. What are you doing, bro? Don't do a mountain.
I'm going to catch you outside your door, bro.
Fucking hell.
Next match, we've got West Ham Crystal Palace at West Ham. What are we saying about that one?
This is a draw for me. I think 1-1.
That's a good shout.
Possibly maybe West Ham, but I think with them playing midweek and then might be a bit more tired legs out there. So yeah.
I'm going to go Crystal Palace win on that one.
No, I'm going to go 1-1.
Going to go 1-1. I can see
it might be a 2-1 West Ham, but put me down for a draw. Put me down for a draw, kid.
Put you down for a draw on that one. What draw are we going with? 1-1, 2-2? What are we going with?
1-1.
I've gone with a 2-0 Crystal Palace on that one. I think you're right. I think the midweek matches are really affecting West Ham, and every time they've played midweek, they've lost the weekend match, or the majority of the time this season they have anyway. So I think just following the pattern out here, educated guesses, I guess. That makes sense.
And, that makes perfect sense. You're right. It's a really good way to think of it, because that's the pattern that's happened. You're right, but I don't know. I've got a feeling they'll probably just nip a goal and then keep it 1-1. Maybe Palace. I do think Palace will score first, and then equalise, and then act as if they've won the game.
Of course.
I'm joking.
They've got a decent squad. A squad that has potential to win against West Ham. And then the last match of Sunday, a big match, Man City Tottenham, and this is at the Etihad.
Are the players back? Is Romero back?
Oh, yeah, but so what? What are you saying? Are the players back as if they're getting back Messi or something? Do you know what I mean? Come on, man. It's only Romero. Take it easy. Man City, Tottenham. Historically, obviously, Tottenham do really well against City. So I can't bring myself to say a Tottenham win. I just can't do it. I can't do it. So you go first.
I'll go first. I think
they're going to get slapped.
I know I talked all about Tottenham and Levy earlier and that, but now they'll get slapped here. I feel like
they're going to get slapped at Etihad.
They're going to come out and just do bits. They're just too strong. They're too strong. Rodri's quality and what he does, like literally the best in the world, probably only beating Declan Rice by a tad. Like, I don't know why, but I just put him
because he's had
the experience and the quality but
he's had more matches
just in terms of September to now, I just feel like Rodri's just quality. I don't know. I think it's got 4-1 written all over it for City. Haaland scoring.
I'm just going to show you what I've written right there. Can you see that right there on my prediction? That's a 4-1 for City. That's a 4-1 for City.
Yeah, I do think it's going to be a 4-1 as well. But then even on the one, I don't know why I'm giving him the one. I can't see who's going to score.
Maybe Son will grab a cheeky little goal.
This is my FPL, but if he doesn't,
same. But I've actually moved Vicario out from the team and I've put Martinez in. Who is Villa playing again? They're playing Bournemouth. So I've put Martinez in in my FPL team. Vicario's taken out because Haaland is just an absolute machine.
Going to smash him, yeah. So you've got no Haaland this week then?
Well, I think I've still got a bit of time to change, But again,
to be fair, I've
lost too many points.
I'm quite confident with defensive-wise to get points is not too bad. I know some of the lads are chatting shit, saying like your team's quite shit, but I'm happy to share my team with everybody else.
Do it.
Ready?
Yeah, we can see it, right? We can see it, right?
No, but
it's not a secret. The listeners, that's true. That's a good point. Try
and do it for the listeners as well.
Yeah.
This is not just a weekly catch-up for you and I.
It's about them.
This is for everyone else, yeah. Pope, Pedro, Trippier, nice. Colwill. Did you get that, yeah?
Okay.
Son,
yeah.
Gordon.
Colwill's on the bench for me, by the way.
Is he? No, I'll put him on because I think he'll play this game. Son, Gordon, Enzo, Salah in midfield.
Nice.
The only weakling in that midfield is Enzo, the £120 million guy.
I saw you choke up a little bit there as well when you said it. I get it.
I still can't believe it. And then
Sean Dyche.
And then at the top I've got Haaland, Raul Jimenez, who's been absolutely dog shite. Can't seem to score for shit.
I didn't even think he was playing anymore, to be honest. But yeah, okay.
In there as well. And part of me thinks I might move Jimenez and play maybe with 5 in midfield and put Tielemans in, because I feel like he might play against Bournemouth and maybe get an assist or two, because Raul Jimenez is not going to do anything against Van Dijk. He's been an awful form. But Haaland
should be real about that.
Salah, Son, they've been scoring me some points. So yeah, that's why slowly creeping up the table, Paul.
So I think, I'll read you out my team then, because I actually made some changes over the week and I totally forgot that I made the changes, and now it's coming back to me because I lost points. So you guys are ahead because I actually lost 8 points by changing players. Right. So I've got Martinez in goal, Trippier, Saliba and Anderson in my back three. I've got Salah, Rice, Douglas Luiz, Willian in my midfield. Yeah. And I've got Alvarez, Haaland, and Watkins, my top three. So, and on my bench, I've got Palmer, Colwill.
Ollie Watkins. You all jumped on the bandwagon for Ollie Watkins when he got that 4 goals against thing, and that's the kind of thing that brought me closer to everybody else when he scored 4 goals and an assist.
Yeah.
Because I was
got a lot of points. I got a haul of points, but I think did you end up on like 78 points for that week or something like that? That was an incredible
not very
point.
Highs, but it was still a good performance. I thought you were going to be a dickhead and be like, "Yeah, you got a lot of points because you were 2 weeks behind," and I was going to just
no. You actually got a really good. Yeah. But the funny thing is, I've actually got 2 Chelsea players on the bench in Palmer and Colwill, and they're playing Bournemouth, and I'm looking at Willian now, and I'm thinking maybe,
playing Brighton.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I'm thinking, you know what? I think I'm going to have to take Willian off and put in Palmer because I think Palmer's going to do better, to be honest with you.
Well, our friend decided to get rid of got rid of Gordon for Palmer, and against Newcastle, and he just bit him in the ass because Gordon set up and scored.
Yeah, he's been doing all right, and I hate to say it, but yeah, sorry. Yeah, well, for City Spurs 4-1 each. I think that's a pretty fair.
That's a good one, isn't it?
So yeah, Rick, I think we should leave it at that. We'll get this podcast out for people because it's been over 3 weeks and this is coming up to an hour 45 minutes. So people can enjoy this in 3 parts. but
take rest.
Yeah, please do. But yeah, look, if you don't have, if you've got nothing else to add, by the way, for the weekend,
nothing to add. Send us out. Oh, you want me to do it?
Yeah, I think you should.
Nah, come on, bro. You relocate. Do
Should
it.
I do it? Should I do it?
New couch, man. You're in your podcast couch. You're in your podcast couch. And plus, who knows? Martin's probably listening.
Come on, Martin. Don't. Please, Martin, listen to this. Anyways, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for bearing with us and being patient with our release schedule. But obviously, we're trying to be a bit more, a bit more on point with our days. So, yeah, thank you so much for being here. We'll catch you in the next one. Until then, stay safe, stay alert.